cents for a copy, and so I don't know what the township would charge us. Do you think they'd?
I'm not sure how that would work.
Okay.
That might be something to check with Carolyn on, but even if you still go to the printer, I could still adjust it for you so that you can just send it to them and they can print it.
That would be really nice, because on my computer, I was having, there's a big space right before the bullets, and it's like, it looks like wasted space, but I couldn't decrease that space anymore. One of the things that we have for the Park and Recreation Commission newsletter, it's not a new letter, but it is a new letter, but I will put a little S there, newsletter. One of the things that I just wanted to get opinions on, do you think it is a good idea or not so much to put a few words to describe ourselves or our experience behind our names as in the way of introductions? So we could put something in there, or we can save the space and not, and I just needed discussion as to how people felt about putting a couple little phrases in to describe yourself.
Yeah, I don't think we were looking at doing a lot, as example by, what you put in, and then I tried to follow with just a couple words, and Lynn did send something at the last minute.
Oh, did she? Okay. Let's see that, so.
But, she did not mention that she was a former chair of the Parks and Rec Commission, so, I mean, I would think that would, be nice to have on there for her. And then,
What did she say?
Just like, biologist, I think.
Well, I would do whatever she wants.
Oh, yeah.
And, like Sue Avid Gardner, but I mean, we don't have to do any. Would you want, your years of law enforcement in there, or do you want to just put our names?
I really just think the names, to be honest with you.
Name is good enough
Most
for
people
me.
know us, and I think that should be sufficient.
Well, it'll
I
save
don't-
space
you
in
know,
order to use it.
I don't know where it makes any difference. They voted for us, we're here, we're doing the job. What our past are, I guess, is if they want to know, they can pass, but as far as putting in a bulletin, I don't know if that's really upfront
You
necessary.
know what we could do too is that when we do the web page, we could do, where we have more room, we could maybe, if we wanted to introduce ourselves more to
Yeah,
the
something like that,
community,
that would
we
be,
could do
yeah, to
it.
me, that would be more appropriate than sending it out like this.
We don't want everybody to get so bored after the first sentence that
No.
they stop reading.
No, some people don't like my profession, so you gotta remember that one too.
So is that okay with you, Bob?
That's
We don't
fine.
do it?
That's
Okay,
fine.
so that's fine with me as well.
I
Okay,
might buy us a little room
Yep.
to slip that
Yes.
picture in.
okay. Then we went on and we just basically have bulleted what was already completed year to date, or since we were elected. And then just a few of our plans for the coming year. I mean, it's not all inclusive, but, applying for grants, repair and repaint the tennis court, update and replace signage, run water to the second pavilion, and work on systems to gather data, and then do a survey.
The only thing I had sent you a comment that the stairway had not been completed yet, so.
Have been somewhat repaired. No, we don't want to do that.
um,
Have we begun repairs? Begun repairs on the stairway?
No, we have the supplies, we haven't started.
Oh, no, you did something when you first started. You and, didn't you guys go down and work on the steps? You pounded something. Nothing?
Mm-mm.
Bought a bunch of wood.
Yeah, we got the supplies.
Well, how about if I put that down for plans for the coming year then? We'll just
Yeah.
move that
It'll
one
be-
down.
Yeah.
It might even be done by the time this goes out.
Okay, well, we'll put it down to plans. And then the sports and shorts, basically I just took the verbiage off of that so that we could get out there. People could figure out how to sign up and why it's a good idea. Then the pavilion rental, that we were going to start offering both, so we should probably make a motion to make sure that that's okay. I thought we did that last time, but I'm sorry. So, you know what, we did it in our work session,
But we did vote.
but we didn't vote on it, so we do have to vote on it. May I call for a vote right now as to renting out both pavilions, $25
It's
each?
actually listed on unfinished business
Yeah.
number 3.
Okay, great, okay, we'll do it then.
Is there water to that second pavilion?
Mm-mm.
I don't
No.
think so yet.
No, that's
No.
one of the
That- I
update
just-
ones, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so just one, all right.
And then we had a communication blurb in there, how, people can communicate to us and how they can find out about our meeting times. And, then I did put our mission, but we haven't approved this mission yet, so when that's down further on the agenda as well.
This is not the right email address, we can change that.
Oh, I looked it up, that's
That's not the Parks and Rec.
No, you can email us at mail@fruitlandtownship.org and/or attend a meetings, the schedules are posted. So that's the mail, where they go into the mail, is that correct?
I'm lost with where you are.
Oh,
I think
under
we're
communications.
Communication.
I thought that's where you would put the Parks and Rec email address in.
I thought that's where it
That's,
was.
no, it's PR commission
Yeah.
at Fruitland. That's where you go to log in.
Oh, okay, so that's why I had it down, is because that's where I go to read versus the community would go to email. Okay,
Right.
we'll correct that. Thank you for catching that. That would be terrible if we told them to go to the wrong spot.
So it's PR
Commission.
commission.
And it's a capital P, right?
No.
No? Okay, we'll get that corrected. Does anybody see other things that need to be edited or changed? Again, we don't have a lot of space. This is our first attempt at communicating. We didn't want to make it too small of font because, again, we were afraid people would just stop reading. You know.
I would emphasize the fact that in here are times and dates of our meetings, because like I said, a vast majority, probably about 95% of our people in the community don't do the internet thing, you know, emails and things. And they're as important as anybody else, so by putting the times and dates and invite them to come to our meetings, I think that'd be very important,
So actually get
you know.
the meeting schedule in there if we can fit it.
Yeah,
Okay?
sure, something, and like on the sports and shorts, I would simply phrase it as like an introduction to, do you know that this is available to your children and so forth? Something like that, put it that way to them. A lot of people might sign their kids up if they know it's as a part of this and everything that go with it. That would help, I think it would help. I encourage people to come to the meetings, that's what I wanna see, I want to see their input into what we're doing out there, because many times people, the old cliche about we can't see the trees through the forest applies, and sometimes people see things that would be very beneficial to the community and to our park, and that's what I encourage, to get people to come and get involved, you know?
So we can maybe put a little bit,
Yeah, a little bit of
increase,
emphasis on that or something,
encouragement
you know?
on that, encourage.
Yeah.
Get that word in there. Okay, sounds good. Okay, any other additions or corrections?
Well, there's one good one here,
That's a good one.
right here.
Yes,
This part about
So-
suspended disc golf play in order to protect our trees and well, man, that ain't come back right. I recently went to a funeral. After the funeral, at the luncheon, I got bombarded from people, very bulky and nice people in our community, as to why it says this is only temporary. The people out here believe that this is only a temporary setback, that game will be back here, they will be playing it, and it will be active again here in our park. And this is something that I think all of us, or most of us, ran for office to eliminate that game because of problems it was causing out here in the park. And I think that it's just, get it over with, because when it doesn't come back, then they're gonna come back on Mary on that telephone and say, why not, why not? And that's just making a bigger problem out of it, you know? If we're gonna get rid of it, let's get rid of it and have it over with, you know what I mean? And we can't please both sides of this thing, you can't do that. And by trying that, we're just messing up things. And that, like I said, I caught it bad, and that's not the only time. And people think that, hey, this is coming back out here. Well, if it is, let me know. I'm under the impression it's not coming back, that it's gone, and that it will stay gone, for the reasons that we had talked earlier and so forth. And that's my feelings. I don't think dragging this or trying to please both sides is gonna get it. Somewhere down the line, something's gonna come back on us. And I would rather see it over with, and let's get on our way. That's my feeling. So, but I'm only one on this board.
Just from my point of view, and we can gather all the points of view, you know, I basically ran on process. So if I feel like I have any strength that I can bring to this, it's doing a process. So to say for sure we were going to get rid of disc golf, I came into this with the predisposition that it was probably in the wrong spot, but we still needed to be able to go through all of the, this is the current assessment of all the parks, this is what we need to potentially change, these are our goal objectives, gather the data, vote on it, make the decision. We really haven't had a chance to do that yet because we haven't done the assessment. So I think we're all bringing our own thoughts to it, but I think that's how we ended up with it as it is that they didn't follow the process correctly to get it. And so I don't want to have an incomplete or incorrect process to get rid of it. I just feel that it's a decision that needs to be made based on data, and when we have our work session, which is what it should be, it's on our agenda for our work session with the assessment of everything. We put all the pros and cons to it. We vote on it based on those pros and cons, not at the work session, but we would make a recommendation at the work session. Based on those pros and cons, we would bring it here and then vote on it. So I just, that's just my thing. I don't want to jump to the conclusion that it's gone, even though, just like we said, the playground equipment, we've made the assumption the playground equipment is going to be gone. But we are going to go out and make an assessment. We're going to look at it. Is it safe to keep it this summer or not, or do we have to get rid of it before? We're going to look at the tennis courts. We think that they both should be repaired, but we don't know. We're going to maybe do one, and we're going to wait and see if we need to do another. So that's just my little spiel that I bring to it, and I don't know.
Yeah, and I agree with Deb. You know, I have not been pleased with the discourse since it's been here, but I'm willing to. I don't want to go make the snap judgment, you know, like was done to put it in. And one big thing for me is I was waiting to see how this report from Shauna came back, and I sat down and I have read through this whole thing, and it just you know, verified a lot of the things that I had already thought. So you know, this was a big thing for me, and I think that walkthrough will be a big part of it as well when we do the work session. So you know, I'm willing to take the steps, but you know, then we can make a conclusive vote after that.
Well, and I agree too. I think, you know, we have to go through the process. Yes, and, you know, this is good, this is bad, and see where we end up.
And I don't disagree that we haven't all come in with our own ideas, because you don't come in without any ideas, for heaven's sakes. We're all bringing in based on the meetings that we've gone to, the